Morning. It's the Friday, the 2nd of June 2023. Location, going to use it as Gouritsmond. A lot of activity in this area. So this is an area where the smelting is taking place for cables that are removed in the area. That looks to be subsurface telecom infrastructure that gets removed either from Stilbaai or from Gouritsmond or the area, and this is the area that they're melting and recovering the copper. So the environmental effects are visible. As you can see, this is all molten plastic, and it's a big pond of it. And then obviously the associated debris that's been generated in the process of recovering that copper. The other problem is, and big threat is, that this is a heavy fueled area as far as vegetation fuel is concerned. And what makes it a matter of urgency, besides the stolen cables, is the fact that this could result in a very, very big fire. There are other activities in the area as well, but for now, this is what we're dealing with. Good morning. This is Little Brak River, Klein rivier. Monday morning, the 5th of June 2023. On Friday, attended a small little get-together informal meeting concerning similar challenges in the Gouritsmond area, and I'm going to share this video with them as well, just so that we can, on this journey of discovery, that we can uncover and add more information, that we can, actually persuade the authorities to really look into this from an environmental point of view. It's just getting worse, and the damage to the environment is not as the empty casings align here. This is all harvested, has been harvested already, so all the copper has been removed. The copper was loaded up by saps. The saps were in attendance. We were hoping that they would actually leave the copper and wait for the guys to arrive to collect it, so that we can physically see who all's involved. There are a lot of people involved in this operation, in the illegal harvesting of existing subsurface telecom infrastructure, communication infrastructure. So it's ongoing, but the saps did take the copper that was, we call them donuts. They take it out of the casing, then they make these copper donuts. They fold up, it takes quite a while, and then they hide that away, and then they come and pick that up, and obviously that's where the value lies. With Gouritsmond, it's a huge environmental risk, because the waste generated in the process of melting, the operation is a little bit different in this area. But a couple of areas now is where you've almost got these melting areas where they remove, very clever how they do it, and how they actually melt the plastic off, so that only the copper remains, obviously, so because that's where the value is. The problem is that the fire risk is phenomenal, and we're preparing in the process. We've in fact prepared the document, but with this weekend's findings and this morning's finding, we're going to alter the document a little bit and get it out to the fire departments, etc. as well. Because you never know what you're going to uncover. What might just seem like some scurrilers, that it is burning off little odds and sods, you might just walk into a syndicate of hardened criminals that are working in these areas, and then they're not scared. There's the N2 right there. So it's ongoing. It's a problem. These cables, we're not entirely sure for now if they were harvested in the immediate area, or if they've been dropped off here. That's what's happening in the Gouritsmond area, is that they've physically been dropped off, and they're using private property in a remote area, in the thickets, in the bush. They've actually got these smelt houses, so the fire risk is phenomenal. And obviously alright, this is also just all the plastic and paper and everything else. This entire area just covered in papers. So we've got the Go team from Mossel Bay. We're gonna get the guys from Brak as well also to come and assist here, and get everything out of here, so that we can creates some normality. But you can see the paths are well established, and yeah, it's becoming the norm. Right, well, just an update from Klein, Brak. So fortunately, Telkom have arrived in numbers to recover the waste, and we've now made contact with the guys that are dealing with it. So these cables are existing infrastructure, and a lot of it, except with the exception of those people who've already gone over to fiber, but a lot of these cables that have been stolen affect specifically Telkom clients if they haven't gone over to fiber yet. So where we initially in certain areas thought, or we wouldn't get much of a response, guys were saying, you know what, it's old cables and it has no, you know, nobody's really going to miss it. However, we've been told, we've now been educated and got a lot of valuable information clearly describing that a lot of the cables are causing havoc, and there is definitely disruption in services as a direct result of this ongoing cable theft. So we just like to thank the guys from Telkom and the way that they've arrived to literally clear up the criminals' mess. So they take in all the cables and all the casings. What's interesting is that these cables, to get where we thought it would be fairly primitive, the way they would recover or harvest the copper. So we know that they use this area because of the interchange structure. It's easy on, easy off. So you've got the N2, you've got the off ramp, then the on ramp, on again. So the cables get brought here. So they're not cables, not all the cables have been stolen in Little Brak. Cables have been brought here from other areas into this harvesting area, this work area. And this machine, the casings are removed with equipment. It's not